Welcome to the Field of 68 After Dark's YouTube channel. We are going to be live every Tuesday and Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time right here on YouTube and on Stadium for the entirety of the spring.
Give me your X factors. Give me your X factor or factors. Who do you got?
There's two that I'm really interested in kind of how these play out. One of them is the obvious one that we've kind of talked about plenty over the course of the last month and a half or so, and that's Indiana and Mike Woodson's coaching decisions and what he's going to do with that roster. Will he play Mackenzie Mbako at the 4? Is he going to force lineups where Malik Renault and Umar Ballo are on the floor together? How's it all going to work out? Like, is there going to be enough shooting? Are these pieces going to match together? And that's one of them for me. The other one is Illinois, and I'm really intrigued to see how this kind of European experiment is going to end up working out for them, because I think that when you look at a roster that has a Trey White and a Kerry Booth and a Kylan Boswell and a Ben, whatever his last name is, I'm not even going to try to pronounce it because I'm just going to brutalize it as Rickhouse, according to our producer Trevor Valise in my ear, Ty Rogers, Dre Gibbs Longhorn. Like, there's a lot of good pieces on that roster, right? I don't know if there's necessarily a star on that roster. And they went out in the portal and they got Kasparas Yakashunas and they got Big T, Tomislavi.
He's a freshman.
Big Z,
Kasparas is a freshman.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're bringing in these two freshmen as well.
Right.
And I'm just, they did not work great in every situation where a Euro was brought in to kind of fill a gap last season for a freshman. But those guys might also be better than some of these other players that we saw last season. So everything about the way that that Daddy Brad went out and built this roster in the offseason is really interesting to me, because it's not going to be easy to, I mean, look what they lost, man. Terrence Shannon, Marcus Domas, Coleman Hawkins, Quincy Guerrier, Justin Harmon, Dane Danger, Luke Goody. They lost like basically their entire core. And then also a lot of those developmental guys that you were hoping would be stepping into some of those roles in the next year. So it's going to be very interesting to me to see how all of this stuff comes together for the Illini this season.
So for me, the X factor is clear, and it's two guys at Rutgers, and it's Ace Bailey and Dylan Harper, two freshmen. Now, again, we've seen how freshmen have struggled to assimilate into college basketball and make the breakout that they have had over the years. Can these guys do that for Rutgers? Is this the right way to go if you're Steve Peichel, putting all your eggs in one basket with these two freshmen? Now, I think he had no choice, and unbelievable for Brandon Knight to help get these two guys to Rutgers. But I just don't know. I don't know if you can win at the highest level here with your two best players being freshmen. I like Harper. Ron Harper's son. I think he's a really good player. I haven't seen Ace Bailey in person, so I've seen him on tape, and again, he looks phenomenal. So I can't wait to see how these guys do coming out of the gates as maybe two guys you're going to build around.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's kind of the same thought process as this Illinois, X factor or storyline, whatever you want to call it, because the last couple of years, building around freshmen hasn't been as lucrative or as successful as building around some of these older guys and being able to use the transfer market to kind of tap into what you've developed within your own program. So, like I said earlier, I really do think that Rutgers did a good job getting some pieces out of the portal that will fit around their two guys. But again, at the end of the day, you're building around a couple of 18-year-olds in a league where there's a whole bunch of guys that are 23, 24, and even 25-year-olds are going to be playing a lot of minutes. All right. Thanks for watching the Field of 68 After Dark. Make sure to hit that like button.